And joining us now to break down tonight's debate is UWL political science professor Joe Heim. Thanks for being here.
Do you have an hour or so?
Yeah, right.
We wish we did. But at least let's start with this one. Any fatal mistakes that you saw tonight from either candidate?
I didn't think so.
Okay.
No, I didn't think there are any fatal mistakes. I don't think there's any one line that's going to be remembered 10 or 20 years from now.
Yeah, they both had expectations going into this debate, though. Do you think they met those expectations or fell short?
Yeah, that was a big thing because everybody expected Hillary Clinton to do really well because she's a debater. She does a lot of that stuff. And Donald Trump really has never been in a situation like this. I think he did better than one might have expected. That was my impression. I thought he handled himself fairly well. I thought that he had some statistics, he had some knowledge of things that I was surprised that he knew. So I thought he came across that way, but clearly Hillary Clinton did as expected. She was knowledgeable, she was, I would say, fairly sincere. She came across very clearly, much more, I'd say she's more articulate, frankly. So I think on balance that she did better than Donald Trump did.
Do you think when it came to them going back and forth and the bantering and things like that, do you think either one of them came off as being more presidential?
Boy, that's a tough one. I'd have to say because Donald Trump doesn't come across terribly presidential. He's got a personality that just doesn't sound that way. She comes across a little bit more presidential, at least because she's articulate, because she knows her facts, and you expect a presidential candidate to know those things.
A lot of people on social media are saying it sounds like two middle schoolers arguing out there. Do you think that they kind of put that perception aside at all with this?
I thought them interrupting each other was just awful. I'll let somebody else decide who did more of that, but I didn't like that. I thought Lester Holt could have controlled it a little bit better and said, look, let's stop this and give everybody their 2 minutes of time. I didn't think that was a very positive thing at all, but it was entertaining.
Well, when it comes to we have early voting in Wisconsin, and Hillary was encouraging people to vote early and things like that. Do you think that these debates, this first debate, if it's any example of what's to come in the next two, do you think that's going to encourage more people to go vote or discourage them from voting?
I think it'll encourage them to vote more. For one thing, I thought Donald Trump, he talked a lot to his base. If you were a Trump supporter, I don't think you've changed your mind on it. If you're going to vote tomorrow in Wisconsin, you're going to vote for Donald Trump if you were a Trump supporter. So I think he solidified his base basically as strongly as ever. On the other hand, if you really think that Hillary Clinton is more presidential, you're going to go and vote for her as well.
Okay. Joe, we're out of time. Unfortunately, we don't have that hour that you were talking about, but we appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks so much.